Hello there, and a very good afternoon to you. It's time for the afternoon session here at the English Open. Now, we're going to be heading over to the Pines course mainly, where we'll be following the men's competition. We've also got the seniors competition over on Oakwood. We'll be dropping into there on occasion. So, of course, let me start off saying welcome to our broadcast. I'm RobLamarr. You'll hear me every now and then alongside our other commentators who are out on the course. That's going to be Stephen Groombridge and Chris Hopton. And it's Chris Hopton where we're going to be heading to first. There we go. We've just popped up with him just there. So let's head on over and see who he has and where he is on that Pines course. Hello there, Chris.
Hi, Rob. Hello, golf fans. Hope you're all well. I am on the 13th hole on the Pines course, and we're just catching up with the last few groups on the men's competition section. This group here specifically, we've got Tom Spink, who's just walking on the green there, Stephen Bastin, who's just played his shot, Luke Phillips, who's in red by the buggy in the distance, and then Masters champion Nicholas Bassini off to the left. It's strange weather on Pines, as it has been on Oakwood, I think. So we've got sunny spells now, we've had rain, the wind has picked up here, it's blowing kind of across us to the left, as you can see by the flag. There's Luke Phillips to play.
Well, yeah, I can definitely hear a little bit of wind there. We can see the wind blowing that flag right to left just there, but it is up and down at the moment. Well, luckily on this particular hole, lots of play, mainly on the ground here, ball not going into the air. But of course, it will drift a little when they're playing across, especially from this right-hand side.
This is a pretty good shot. As we saw yesterday, like a lot of this stuff does go left, and the wind is pushing it more so today. But that is Bassini's second shot, I believe. So a sniff at a birdie here. Tom Spink is on the front edge of the green. Steve Bastin to the left, and Luke Phillips off to the right. All four balls now in shot.
That's excellent stuff. Well, I can give you an update on the overall scores right now. Of course, there are scores for today, but overall, we do have a definitive top 5 at the moment. In 5th place, Tom Spink, who we've got here on screen at the moment, currently 3 under. Daniel Wallbanks is 4 under. Ben Clark in 3rd place, 6 under. We got Carlos Calvo, the overnight leader, is now 8 under, and we do have a new leader, 10 under par, and that is the Max Baker, I'm calling him, just there, who's currently 3 under for today, so taking him to 10 under overall. So leaving, that's through 10 holes. That's pretty much the same as Carlos and obviously Ben, all playing in the same group, so all sort of pushing each other on there. But Max really setting the standards at this English Open.
So 3 under on this course in these conditions today is very good.
Yeah, I say there's him. I say Adrian Burns of Ireland. He's now moved up to tied 6th. He's currently 4 under for the day. He's sort of our best score of the day so far, and that's after playing 16. So Adrian Burns moving up into tied 6th place makes him 2 under overall.
When I last checked on the leaderboard, Rob, there were maybe 6 players under par. Not many today.
No, not at all. I'm just having a little look. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 7 players under par now.
Gonna slip left as well.
Oh, just skip past. Of course, all these top players we'll be seeing here in this afternoon session. Sort of past the halfway stage of the competition.
Good putt from Nicholas.
That's very good. Recent Scottish Open winner. remember a wonderful shot he did. The World Cup.
Spink.
Oh, Tom Spink. Type of shot you normally see him drop. Stephen Bastin.
Bastin taps in for par.
We'll be happy with that. There we are.
He's been waiting all weekend for that, I can tell you.
There it is. I've got that button ready.
Williamson. Phillips in as well. Big gust there as well. Nearly
Just picked up. Just picked that up, and it almost looked like it was sort of starting to veer off. Luckily, just into the side of the hole. There was enough on that from Phillips.
Next up, we've got Dan Wallbank, Tom Stott, Luke Underwood. I can't work out the last person. John Neal. That's it. I'm just seeing coming into the shot now.
Yeah, Tom Stott dropped down a bit on the leaderboard. He's now +2. He was 3 under after overnight, but seems to have dropped a few shots today. He's 5 over for the day. Now, I've dropped down to tied 13th, but we know he's got the capability to be bigger. John Neal is now 1 over overall, up into tied 10th. And then we've got
the leading group to the right of me on hole 11.
Oh, they'll be through soon, very shortly as well. Luke Underwood also dropped down the leaderboard a little bit. Now 4 over for the day, not having such a good second day. It was 3 under overnight and 7 over for today. Daniel Wallbanks definitely doing well, improved on his overnight score. Up into 4th place now, 4 under. We were talking about Daniel. In fact, I met him at breakfast this morning, and I said I had a chat about him on yesterday's broadcast, saying, it's always shown the potential, but it's always dropped off. Is this the tournament for you to really push on and go for it? And then he goes, "Oh, I won't have a Guinness tonight." It's like, so we'll see tomorrow.
This is a big tournament for Dan as well.
It is
a strong result here, and it's particularly if he gets a podium potentially, that may well get him an automatic spot in the England squad for the Euros in Turkey in December. So it's a big weekend for Dan.
Well, he's got all the tools. We were saying it, yes, he's got everything there. He's just a little bit of consistency needed. There's that shot we saw just drifting off to the left as we're looking at it, but you can see how the wind really affecting the flag there. Wind picked up. If you were watching this morning's broadcast, we had a bit of rain, which did die off. But the wind hadn't picked up just then. Well, the rain has gone. However, the wind has picked up in its place. So it's whether the players prefer wind or rain. It's not both. It is one or the other, it seems to be at the moment. But as you can see, it's just stopped. It's catching those breaks in the wind when you hit yours, or using that wind to your advantage when you're playing.
It's the beauty of this course where we are in the world as well, is that it's got the feel of a links course, like in terms of conditions, but in terms of scenery, particularly here, it's got that kind of forest feel. So it's got a bit of everything, this course.
Yeah, it definitely has. That ball didn't quite make it past that ridge on the green. Maybe going to go for a more powerful.
Rob Mucklow here is getting ball collecting. So it's got a small fortune underneath both his arms.
Most definitely, I've seen some of the bartering going on. This is long and straight.
This can get up the second tier. Oh, this is interesting.
This is looking very good.
Very good.
That's a line.
Very good. It's just going to sit left. What a shot by Luke Underwood.
Wow. Well, he's dropped a few shots overall today, but what a shot that is from Luke Underwood. We're watching that come
Back in
lovely
birdie.
straight.
Dan Wallbanks to follow up. You've seen the line now. Oh,
But he's got to follow it. Oh, he's a little
watch
bit left.
out! Watch out! Watch out! It's out of bounds.
A lot left. He's, oh dear.
It's out of bounds. That's a big blow.
And he was in that chasing group. One of the few players under par
Sorry for any
in
language.
this afternoon's play. I don't think we heard anything.
Oh, that's good. The wind was blowing.
Yes, thankfully. So he had.
Danny needs to regroup here. This is important.
Exactly that. He's -1 for the day. 4 under overall. Adrian Burns putting on a run behind him. Adrian Burns now tied 5th. He's now 4 under for the day. Overall, sorry, 1 under for the day. No, 4 under for the day. Sorry. Oh no.
Oh, it's gone again.
Oh, again.
Again. It's gone again. This is turning into a disaster. Unfortunately, this is a combination of the wind blowing to our left and with Dan being a left footer.
That's 2 shots dropped. This push for a podium place from Daniel Wallbanks. Are we seeing it fall apart here on this hole 13?
This is a better line. It's much safer. It's probably going to be just inside the ground under repair. Yeah, so there'll be relief there.
He'll be
absolutely
fuming.
Why didn't I do that first time?
Yeah, he'll be absolutely fuming with himself. That Guinness he said he wasn't going to have might well make an appearance now.
I can tell you he's gone to sit in his buggy and his head is in his hands. Yeah, it's not nice.
I hope he can regroup.
Tom Stott, this is a good line. A very good line. It's just
not
turning.
A bit more.
This line is definitely deceiving.
It's close. I mean, you must have seen the shot from Luke Underwood came from that sort of position. There is a gentle curve from right to left as we're looking, but I didn't quite find it. John Neal. Taking his time, watching the wind, waiting.
Oh, the line was great. He's just not hit it.
It's not got the pace though. You could see that turn beautifully towards the hole.
+2.
Daniel Wallbanks. He can put this in. It will certainly be a bit of a recovery.
And he has.
Looking good. Oh, well done. Well done. Needed that to go in. Bring some of his confidence back as he moves on. finish here.
In, and now Luke to tap in for a brilliant birdie.
Superb effort there from Luke Underwood. And again, he dropped down the leaderboard a bit today, but he'll be pleased. Maybe he could just finish off these last few holes, pick up a couple of extra shots, and move back up there. And
Rob, the lead group are still on hole 12. I think Stephen Groombridge is ready on Oakwood if we want to switch to him.
Well, I was going to say the exact same thing right there, Stephen. I'm going to head over to him just there. As you can see, he's popped up in the corner. Let's bring him in. Stephen, hello there over in Oakwood. How's it going? Well, we seem to have a bit of a problem with our signal. Hoping that clears up a little bit. We seem to have lost Stephen, unfortunately. It doesn't seem to be coming through very clearly. Let's see if we can get him to adjust just a tiny bit. Hopefully that will pick up. I'm just sure that you at home, just like me, can't quite make out what's happening there. So I'll just come on for a second. Yeah. Oh, look, giving the game away. Got my glasses on. We'll just wait for that signal to come through with Stephen. It should be there in a second. Just moving across. We'll hear him in just a bit. So lots of changes happening as we see in that men's competition. Lots of movement. We just saw Daniel Warbank's couple of out-of-bounds shots on that hole 13, really sort of knocking him down. But hopefully he can pick up and move on from there. We've still got a few holes to play, and we'll catch up with them as we go on. It now looks like there's a better picture coming in. Oh, it's gone. Yeah, as I said that, it just coming through there. I may have to get Stephen to try another hole. Yeah, he's gone. There we go. We'll get Stephen to move. Hopefully, Chris will be back with us in just a bit as well. I'll give you an update on those scores as we've got them. So I'll just bring up the men's scores. I'll go over the scores from the women's and the juniors that we had earlier on in our first broadcast of the morning. So the scores as they currently sit, I'll give you in first place currently Max Baker. He's 10 under overall. Carlos Calva, the overnight leader, is now 8 under. We've got Ben Clark in third place. He's 6 under. All three of those players have played 10 holes so far. This is through 10. And then we've got Daniel Warbanks after 12. He's 4 under. Of course, we've just seen that score hasn't quite gone on just yet. Adrian Burns and Tom Spink both 2 under, tied in 5th place. Good charge from Adrian Burns so far this morning. 4 under overall. Best score of the day so far from Adrian Burns up there now in 5th place. Good performance from him. Andres Biliancieri is 2 under, 2 over for the day. So luckily he had a good score yesterday. Hopefully he might be able to pick up and carry on there. Carl Baker May now 1 under. Obviously doing a little bit better today. Maybe a chance for him to move up the leaderboard. He's tied in 8th place currently, also on 1 under with Matthias Peroni. So both of those are 1 under. Now I'm hoping that I've got Stephen now over there on the Oakwood course, and that should hopefully have a better signal. Let's see that we've got there. Well, we are seeing you. We're having a few technical problems over there on the Oakwood course at the moment, Stephen. So hopefully we can clear some of those up. It's still a little bit blurry. We've got to hopefully that'll just come in. and pick up just a touch. We're seeing that. I don't know if Stephen can hear us. I don't think we've got a problem. We've got a bit of a problem with his microphone. Yeah, it looks like we're having a bit of problem there with
testing.
Hello, yeah, testing. We're having a bit of problem there with your picture, Stephen. So we're going to go back over to Chris on the Pines course. There we are. Okay, so Chris here on the Pines course. Apologies, we'll try and sort that out over on the Oak with the seniors. But Chris still here on the Pines course. We should have is it right, the leaders group coming through
this
here?
This is the final group, yeah. Final group coming now, just coming to the tee. So yeah, we have
in this group, we've Carlos Calvo now in second place, Max Baker now in first place, Ben Clark in third place, and tailing away from his good performance yesterday, Andreas Bilantieri, who's just dropped down a little bit. So, three players making up 1, 2, and 3. Andreas, has the capability to get back up that leaderboard. He's dropped down to tied fourth now, 2 under overall, +2 for the day. But with this caliber of player that we've got on this course and in this group with him,
I tell you, the wind has really picked up here. It's gusting quite heavily to our left now.
Well, I can see that flag really moving.
Yeah, and I've got a feeling that really did play a part in Dan Warbanks's out of bounds problem. Unfortunately, in the last 10 minutes, it's really picked up.
Well, even say the few minutes that we left you, I can definitely see a distinct difference. And it is unfortunately this with the weather conditions are playing a bit of a havoc with our signals coming from the courses. So I do apologise if unfortunately we do lose a little signal every now and then, but we'll do our utmost to give you the best pictures possible.
I can tell you is Bilancieri teed off, Ben Clark teed off. He flirted with the out of bounds on the left side, down the far end of the course, but he's okay. Come across the other side of the cart path. And now it is Carlos to tee off.
The overnight leader dropped down into second place, basically led from hole 1 yesterday. So now in second place, a little bit of pressure from Max Baker.
And I think, to be fair, Rob, I think that's more what Max has done rather than what Carlos hasn't done. So.
Oh, I'm absolutely certain of that. Max has just he's been probably just that little bit more steady and has just picked his right shots at the right moment. Everybody knew that Carlos could do a good round, and was like, there was the talk in the clubhouse yesterday. Everyone's going, "Wow, Carlos has done that. Wow, has done that." As well, but then there was there wasn't as much talk about Max Baker in second place. It was almost like he was there, but he was the quiet man. It was like all about Carlos, what he did, what he did. Nobody was saying.
I think in a strange way that's a compliment to Max.
Oh yeah,
for 2 reasons. Because he's really come on leaps and bounds this season and proving that he's a 10th player in this country, and the fact that no one's talking about him means the pressure is off.
Yeah. Well, if he keeps this up as well, they'll be talking about him tonight as well.
You would hope so.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it's probably helped him, kept the pressure off, as you were saying. But he sat there. He was only 1 shot off Carlos overnight, and it's suddenly there he is now 2 shots ahead of him.
So I believe it's going to be Ben playing first.
We do have it's a little bit blurry on our picture. I don't know if you can move to your left just a bit and just see if that improves anything.
Is that okay? Just going to take a little step forward as well.
Starting to clear just a little. Oh, Stephen's just jumped in. Sorry, let me just. There we are. There we go. That's a perfect. There we go, Chris. We've got a picture now. There it is.
Now, I will say, as we just flipped, Ben missed left of the hole. It was rapid, as you can tell, because it's now ended up behind the hole and in front of this tree. Playable, but tricky. And I'll tell you why, because I don't know if you can see on the ground here. It's pretty wet.
Up. Yeah.
And this is where players have been walking off the course towards buggies, etc. So it's a bit chewed up.
Yeah, I can see that. Plus, obviously, he's got the little bit of a slope to contend with going back onto the hole.
Just going to go mark this ball, Rob.
Okay, well, go back to that position. Because and it's still staying lovely and clear for us here. Thank you. So yeah, really good picture we've got now. Thank you, Chris.
Okay, Balancieri now.
Balancieri coming through. So that was a big hit there by Ben Clark. Might be playing down that side
of the green.
Very short, that one, isn't it? Different tactics from these players. Maybe he's going to play a bit more of a positive second shot. He's going to have to do something, especially with that golf green. Maybe he thought, right, I can play across there. Play a bit more precise with it.
Max now.
Here's our leader, Max Baker.
Onto the green. Don't think it's going to make the second tier. It's going to go onto the fringe just beneath it, I think. It's still on the green, but it's just rolled off the ramp towards the second tier.
Well, the line he had there, I think if it had a bit more power there, that had carried over and it would have crept towards our foot golf green there.
Yeah, there's a fine margin that, pace-wise, if you get it right, and as we've seen on a couple of occasions in the last group, pace right, and it comes towards the hole beautifully. Get it off, you're quite often to the right here where the ground under repair is. So it's quite a wide margin of error.
It's fine margins as well that these players will put in one of those. It's just being precise. Man, that's why these players are now doing their right shots. Calvo of Spain.
That's also short. It will probably end similar position to Max's.
So obviously, it is definitely a tactic, and not just not being able to play it correctly. It's definitely a tactic that they're doing. There. So we'll see out this final group, and then we'll get Chris to move on to one of the later holes, and then we'll head over to. I've got Stephen ready. I do believe we have picked up a signal, so we've got him ready over on Oakwood. We'll head there in just a little while after seeing this group.
It's come a little overcast here again.
Seems when it does that, that's when the wind picks up.
Seemingly, yeah. That way.
Yeah, we can see the colour change as the clouds and everything go over the grass, and you can see all the different shades.
Okay, Balancieri from the back of the green, golf greens.
It's be interesting to see how he plays this. Will he attack it? Going around to the right-hand side.
It's going to keep going right.
It's going straight, isn't it?
It's going to be in. Is it going to be in the GUR? Just in front of it.
Is it on the line?
Not the GUR.
That's it. Well, might be able to just play it from there.
Yeah, that's going to.
That's drifting off to
left
the
as
left.
I thought it was. Now it's starting to turn. That's where a lot have been settling from that position.
Now, Max, from a very, very similar position, will have seen that line thinking, right, if I adjust this slightly to the right, there's a line to the hole from there. He's looking at it.
Yeah, helps getting a good look at that one.
That's the slight advantage he's had. Yeah, I think he does. He's looking at it. He's seen, especially seeing how Carlos just played that. There's been much difference in the wind at the moment. Baker lining up, taking his time.
Wind is just blowing the ball off the spot that he's marked. So.
I just saw that. The flag just started to bend a little bit more.
Just a little reset.
See what he can do. Our current leader. There we go. The wind dies down. He plays it. He's turning to the right.
A very fine line between the pace.
How about that? He would have looked at that. He'd have seen Carlos balls drift over to the left-hand side from a very similar position, and then tried to almost play the same shot, and it's just actually turned the other way.
It did. And I think that was all on the pace. So Ben now assessing this tricky little uphill.
A bit of the wind coming through Chris's microphone there. Cross up the slope. Gone for it. Always very close. Hasn't been too much of a hit.
It was a decent effort, I think.
Yeah, hasn't been too much of a hindrance in being there from where everyone else was. He still sort of ended up in roughly a similar position. Thierry. That's sort of how his day has gone. Calvo.
Side door, it's in.
Yeah, for a second there, I was holding my breath. It looked. I think he might have as well. He just sort of stiffened up, going as it drops in.
It was an awkward stance because
it was
downhill.
Getting that ball to sit. The Argentinian finishes off. But there you go. That's the leading group almost done here. Finally, Max Baker, our current leader, will catch up with him and the rest of this group a little bit later on. We see him cut out here. The single shot lead of Carlos Calvo at this moment. that wind picks up heavily. Drops it in, holds on to that one-shot lead. They move on, and I should have. Thank you very much, Chris. We'll catch up with you in just a bit. We've got Stephen over on the Oakwood course, and there we go. Much better picture. Thank you, Stephen. There we go. Much better. Whereabouts on the course are you?
17. We've made our way down to 17, so we've left the back end of the course and the top section of the course and come back a little bit nearer home. That seems to be where the signal is at the moment. We've got 2 of the over 45 groups coming through. We're just letting one group play through the other for speed. Somebody just needs a 5-minute sit down and a breather. So that group's just marked their balls and letting this group through for pace of play. So we've got 2 groups to watch here over the next 5 minutes or so. Okay, 10, 15 minutes maybe. And then we can follow. Then we'll probably head down to 18 and watch all of the groups come in there.
That'll be great if you could do that. So whereabouts are we? Which group have you got coming through here?
So this is Nick Reynolds and Joe Carter.
That'll be Eddie Horrible and Murat Isin as well.
Yes, so Eddie Horrible's just coming up the path. Murat is wearing the bright orange that you see.
I've just been joined here in commentary by Ambrolia. Ambrolia, how'd it go for you today?
Not bad, +1. Seems to be a pretty good score with the other score. Yeah, finished.
Yeah, when you look around.
Just very long. When we started, very long, very wet. Couldn't get the ball closer to the hole as we used to on Pines. But yeah, pretty happy. Had a few lip outs. Not much luck, so +1's not bad. But I climbed.
You've climbed, and that's but that's all you've got to do, isn't it? Climb a little bit, and then tomorrow it's like right. That's the day to go. Okay, that's it. Well, you're not too far. Max is doing very well. He has dropped a shot. He was 2 ahead of Carlos. Now just 1 ahead, and they both equaled each other on hole 13, so they've moved over to 14. But Max doing very well at the moment. We watch the seniors come through here.
So this is Joe Carter playing with the outside of his right foot. It's hit the green and turned tracing towards the hole. But just lacking a bit of pace. But what a really intelligent shot from Joe Carter there. Just using the contour of the fairway, using the contour of the green, using the outside of his right foot, giving himself a really good putt there to finish off.
Well, the danger is on this hole, obviously you would have played this yesterday, wouldn't you, is to drift off right over to this left-hand side as we're looking at down that slope into the car park.
You mean exactly like I did do yesterday?
Oh, right. And as just happened.
Yeah, commentator's first.
Yeah, that's... So there's as Ant will probably know, there's a little ridge that runs about halfway up the green. There's a little ridge that sends everything right from the golfers and down the hill. You need to be at the back left of this, but there is protection behind. If you leave it short, you're just going to risk going down the hill. So some people are choosing to take an unplayable. The last group that we just came through here, one person took an unplayable. Mark Coates chooses not to take unplayable any time. Managed to come away with a 5, which was very good. Funnily enough, the person that took the unplayable came away with a 7. So yeah, horses for courses. Nick Reynolds has decided he is going to play this. So we'll try and pan round and see it come through the trees up onto the green here. So Murat's just going to mark his ball on the back of the green.
I can't quite see where Nick Reynolds is.
I'm going to get, well, you'll see the ball come through. Yeah, I'm going to get a fat finger in the...
All right, then. Oh, here we go. He's hit a tree, isn't he?
Yeah.
They bounce between them, playing pinball.
And it's unfortunately gone back. And this is what happened yesterday. I was with the men on this course yesterday, and Tom Underwood did exactly the same thing. It's... If you catch the lift of the... Very risky play. He was in a very good position on the fairway, but... Oh, he's hit it again, but he's come out the other side. So interesting to see where this sits. That's just going to sit there on the grass. So that's No, that's stopped there, so we're good there. Nick's just going to come up and have a look. I'm just going to move slightly out of his way.
Just as we've had comments coming in, Stephen Grant just comment, one for the cameras, Nick, please. And then, unfortunately, as we saw it drift off, and he's hit a couple of trees since. Hopefully he can do something for you now, Stephen. Up over the slope. So we lose a bit of signal. Oh, and he's gone back down again. Oh, and it's gone further. I'll be quite grateful that our signal has
Right, do you want to go?
cut out just a little bit there, Stevens. We've
Yeah, I think we're just going to get Murat to play while Nick assesses the situation. Hopefully, you can see me and hear me.
there we go. It's just coming back in. Thank you. So, Stephen saying sorry to Nick. He'll blame you later. Murat cross the green. He's going to need this to slow down. He's going to be in a similar position to Nick Reynolds. He's gone down the slope into the trees as he just bounced off, gone beyond as well. It was one of those occasions.
So he did have a mark.
Did he keep the marker
He did
down?
have a marker down, and he's left the marker in place. So I think that's probably going to be an unplayable situation. Coming across the green from that side, you've just got to play it into the bank. You've got to aim 20 foot left. You cannot go for the flag with the wind behind you. And unfortunately, Nick's ball and Murat's have come from behind the flag, wind directly behind, and given themselves no chance of holding the ball on. So I think we're just going to wait for them to. Murat is just coming back up with the ball, as is Nick. They're both going to take an unplayable from their previous positions. So we're going to follow Nick
quite wise
first, and then Murat will
to
go.
leave that there. He was prepared for something to happen like that. Nick's put a lot on that. Oh, wow. Now he's going to have to be very careful on his shot back across the green now.
Unfortunately, the wind has just picked up as well, so it's not easy for any of them. We've got Sam Johnson and Joe Carter still playing from the fairway behind.
So still a bit of a way for them to come, but Nick Reynolds looks like a little bit of frustration from him there. Getting up the hill
to mark the ball. This is a much better pace from Murat. Unfortunately, the wind's just picked up as it's come past the hole, but
just
it's
started to speed up again.
Safe.
Yeah,
no, that's good there.
Just slowed up for him. Will be much happier with his second appearance there. Second chance at it. Hole in one in. I've just been told I've got Delvis joining me nearby. Come and join us on the microphone, Delvis. You can tell us all about your hole in one and tell us how it went. Come and sit down with me. Del Hayward joining me here. Hello, Del. So hole in one on hole 11. Tell us all about it.
Well, it would probably go down as shot of the weekend.
There was wind, there was rain, a little bit of snow came in.
Even a lady that was walking her dog, she stopped.
That takes a lot.
Yeah, and the dog clapped.
The woman barked.
For anybody that's familiar with hole 11, it was just a quality shot.
Well done. Well done. Overall, how was your day?
Up and down.
Up
and down. I was doing quite well. I was quite pleased with it. I think just tired towards the last few holes, and I couldn't quite keep it together to maintain the form that I was in yesterday.
Well, we're just seeing how difficult it has been out on that Oakwood course. Just watching Murat and Nick just going down the slope here. on hole 17, and it's just disappearing and then coming back and chasing it with the wind just drifting off as well. So it's conditions and a big course of all sort of come into play, and you've got to be very sensible with how you do it. haven't
Oh
you?
yeah, you can't switch off. You've got to be focused for every single shot. You can't. There's no hit and hopes at all. It is. You've got to good course management. And I haven't had a full look at the scoreboard.
All right, I'll show you in a second. First off, I've got thank you very much, Stephen, there on the seniors group. Going to head over to Chris over there. Thank you very much, Dale. Thanks for dropping in. Chris over here on the men's competition. We're up. This looks like hole 18. Am I right?
You're absolutely right, and we, as usual on these streams, you come to me just after someone's hit a worldie into a hole.
Oh, typical.
Andrew Duffy has just gone from that bunker, the second bunker you can see in the distance, chipped it over it, taken 2 bounces up the bank, and has gone straight in the hole.
Well, we saw him do a lovely shot yesterday. Hello, this looks very good as well.
Come round the back to see what the players have got here. So we've got some players to the left of me. We've got Pierre Emmanuel and Matt Morgan.
Tony Mungeon also in this group. And a good look. Just a big cheer, but a yes. Andrew Duffy.
Morgan.
Darren Cleary.
It's just drifting right.
Turning to the right, isn't it? We can hear just a little bit of wind coming through the microphone, not too much. As we can see, compared to the last hole, flag not moving much, as much, I should say. This is how the course is. You were saying how it's like a links course, and how it changes, and each hole offering different conditions. It's just going to roll, turning around the hole.
Not at all.
Very good effort there from Piero. Finishes off. Pierre Minor +1 overall, even through the day.
Matt Morgan side as we have another group approaching. So this is hole 18, a par 5. We now
that's
have
a lovely
Matthew
position there,
Perroni's
Chris.
group. Oh, this is a wallop, but it's going to go in the big bunker behind the hole, and that is a horrible bunker, I can tell you. Horrible bunker. And look how far back that is.
Looks like
just the hole, but to the edge of the bunker.
That's a very steep bunker as well. What a lot of people will not quite grasp from there.
Elliot Hurrell.
Wow.
Just
creep up. That's lovely.
Just lost its pace, but its line was fantastic.
It was very good, and the good thing is it just drifted onto that longer grass, which meant it stopped. If it stayed on the green, it would have rolled back.
Carl Baker May now, last year's champion. Oh, that's a bad bounce in the bunker, and that's also going, well, that might be off the back. Oh, that is.
I've rarely seen anyone go there. He put a lot on it.
That's even harder.
Well, he put a lot on it. I think he's really trying to go for it. He's won over.
He did a similar shot last year where he kind of put a lot of spin on it to spin it round these 2 bunkers on our left. just in front of the flag actually, and put it in. No, it was within a foot, I think, of the hole.
This is
But not
Peroni.
Peroni safely to the back of the green.
See lots of
So
shots going
we're
from
gonna-
that sort of place.
Yeah, quite a few ending up there. That's just the safe play. But we're going to see a wide variety of shots now.
Yeah, I'd say, especially with how we're playing. Peroni also tied 10th alongside Baker May, 1 over for the day so far. Now we've got Reyes over there in the bunker. Enrique having a little look. He folded his arms, just working out. Sort of played the shot in his head on the grass, knowing that obviously that single step in the bunker. This is a high bunker. In previous tournaments on this particular hole, we've seen players lift it up and get it over, but we've also seen quite a few hit that back wall and it just roll back in. This could be a problem for these players. It could end up
Might need
messing
to move in a second because
around.
I think KBM is going to hit it towards me.
Okay, that's
But I'm
fine.
not sure what I might have to dive.
On your toes, on your toes.
Yeah, he's hit it past me. Swing round. It's going to come onto the golf green. I mean, that's a sensible play. I don't think if you went over the bunker, anything could have happened.
Well, absolutely. It's that because that bunker has caused so many problems for players in the past. I think more.
And you can see immediately behind the hole, there's a big bank. We saw Piero a minute ago try to do that to. Oh, hello. Here we go. Let's come over. And this is. I was about to say this is what I'm talking about. Is that bank can push the ball away towards the back of the green. I mean, he's in no worse a position than Carl, but he had no choice in the bunker.
Had to lift it over.
So Matthew Peroni now. Follow this ball and we'll get behind the hole. He's gone left.
That's going to turn left
that,
as well.
Misread that quite a lot.
Turn just taking it the wrong way. Baker May. Now he's read that a bit better. How's this bank? It's going to hold up there, isn't it? Oh. He would have been hoping for it to turn to the right. We just saw.
He was looking for that. I think
we
the
just
wind,
watched Peroni's do it, and then he's just turned the other way.
I think the wind kind of did push on that out this way a little bit more than they thought it would.
So last year's champion. Got a lot to do to retain his title.
Very gentle tap. This looks good.
This looks very good.
Oh,
Fantastic effort. Absolutely superb from Enrique. From the bunker over to that far side. Good final shot from him. That is Peroni finishing off as well. Elliot Hurrell. Great performance from him to be in these top groups. Just dropping. Oh,
just
it looked like it was drifting. I was hoping it would just sneak into the side.
That's a shame.
Certainly is. He'll be a little bit disappointed.
We have got Tom Spink's group teeing off. 2 balls down so far. Steve Baston is now teeing off.
I can just make them out
Taken
in
a
the
stumble
distance
there.
there.
Well, it's drifted onto the cart path. I don't know if you'll be able to see. That's... Oh, dear. Oh, dear. I mean, you won't be able to see where that's gone, but that is
can't see.
very far right.
Who was that?
That was Steve Baston. I think he stumbled,
Baston.
unfortunately, when he planted his foot.
Oh no!
Ball immediately hit the ground, went to our right, and followed the cart path, and has gone. It's probably in thick rough on the right, I suspect. He's going to have a lot. That's steep. That is very steep down that right side.
Well, he is
He's
a
going to
big
have a
hitter.
hard
and
job getting that back out.
if ever he needed one of those big hits, it might well be now.
Yeah, I know he's capable of this, but it's actually whether he can actually get behind it.
Right, and give you a little bit of update on the scores as they're currently sitting. It's all tied at the top now. Carlos Galvo and Max Baker both 9 under. That's after 14 holes that have been scored from them. We'll be seeing them. They'll make their way through here very shortly. We'll have a bit more of an update by then. Ben Clark 6 under. Still in third. Tom Spink 2 under in 4th. And we've got Stephen Bastin, who we've just seen, or just heard, going very, very wide. He's just got it up into 5th place. 1 under, plus 1 for the day. But,
just having a look in the distance, Rob, and I can see Bastin he's obviously located his ball. I think he's considering playing this left-footed. See very, very, very lightly. You probably can see just between the trees the white shorts. I
can just make out a speck of white.
Speck of white. He's playing it left-footed. Oh dear! And unfortunately, he has shanked that, and it's deep in the rough now.
Oh. Now, I don't know whether maybe he should have just
drop here.
Maybe he should have just played a shorter shot. And then
it looks like he's struggling. Yeah.
I think that's so close. After getting up into, he's tied 5th at the moment. He doesn't want it to fall apart here on the 18th. But this is, we've been talking about, we had a chat with him on the podcast show just a few weeks ago, how he's still relatively new to the game. But this is one of those occasions where maybe that inexperience has come into play, where maybe a more experienced player would have gone, you know what, I'll take the drop straight away and move on from this, get it out, get it away, and get back up in the sort of the better graft.
Yeah, and I think people forget that he's only been playing this game not even 2 years.
Not even 2 years,
yeah. At the highest level, not even a good year. He's come so far so quickly. I think we forget that he's actually still learning a lot about the game.
And that's it. And this will be one of those learning moments for him.
Okay, he's successfully towed it back out onto the rough. So he's had 3 shots already to there. And this is a par 5, in case we hadn't already mentioned it. This is a par 5 hole. So he probably is looking at bogey at best now. Most players are getting. You saw Tom Spink just play. His ball is just to the right of the set of bunkers there. The back.
A lot of players tend to play over there, don't they? In and around that bunker area, and then come up towards the hole.
Yeah, and you can see by the flag that it's blowing diagonally across us. So everything has a tendency to go right. And as we can see by Luke's ball there, he's just taken its shape, and it just wants to go down that hill.
Oh, I can see.
A lot of players are either electing to play very far right and towards these 3 bunkers,
Looks like Luke's ball has
Probably the player
reached
has
a
a right
stop.
footer. Yeah, Bassini is.
Yeah, you almost want to go so far wide. It's like it almost feels like you're playing a different hole.
Yeah, and the reason it's a good play is because, you know, from this angle, you can see. I don't know if you can see. Bassini's ball has come behind the far bunker, and
Yeah, I can just see
Tom
that.
Spink's ball is behind that second bunker on the right.
Yeah,
And they've both got an angle in. Obviously, they have to go around or through these bunkers, but it's a far better chance than what Luke and particularly Stephen have got down there.
they are in very, very poor positions.
That is a decent hit from Stephen. I don't think he can do much else there. So he's there for 4.
He's going to need something very special to save it from there. Incredibly tough. I say thank you. I've got thank you, Jessica, the assistant, bringing me a nice cup of tea. Thank you. Cup of tea.
Luke Phillips to play now.
Youngest of the Hoptons. Phillips down there on the right-hand side, just beyond the bunker. Gonna have to
I think he'll be
really
looking to send this to my left, up on the green.
Yeah, it's as we're looking at it, it's going to go wide left. There we go.
And I think he actually, got straightened it up a little too much. It bounced in the third bunker. He's okay, but he didn't get the whip he was looking for.
Definitely been looking to get a little bit more on that.
Tom Spink now will be looking to get. Now Duffy was in a very similar position. Andrew Duffy.
Well, he actually, Andrew Duffy just walked up to me and said, "Did you see that on the 18?" I said, "No, I heard about it."
I think you should probably chat to him a minute about it when we have this group through.
he was here and he just went. That was it. I was going to grab him and get him to sit down, but he just unlike him to not want to be talking.
Bassini. It's got pace. Oh, that's...
Yeah, that curved around the hole there. Luckily, this little bit longer, this grass.
Yeah, it's thicker this, so it's not too bad.
It has held it up a little bit.
The only disadvantage is you're kind of going through this rougher, more unpredictable stuff.
Yeah, it could bounce left and right. Well, we've seen a little bit of everything going on in this group. Stephen Bastin finally up in the right place.
And this is his fifth shot. This is for par. And it's gonna sit in the middle of the green.
It's about managing it, trying to get it as close as possible, giving himself a chance of being just 1 over rather than 2.
A bit of a misread from Luke. Just the line was good, pace was a little bit short, that's all.
Very tricky hole in these conditions for these players. Blasting now to save it. Doesn't turn enough for him. Drops 2 shots on this final hole. As we say, relative newcomer to the game, performing at the highest level. A learning curve for him. Tom Spink, that turned at the last minute. Is it rolling back in? And just comes to a stop. Just drops that in there. But Tom Spink just didn't fall for him today. He's currently in 4th place though, 2 under. Obviously a previous champion back in 2020. Rossini.
That's nice. Very nice.
Very nice. Still a little shake of the head from him though.
Thank you.
Hands his marker back.
That was cash.
Now Luke Phillips. And not the best hole for him. And no, it's got worse. Again, drop down the board today. 2 under yesterday, 6 over before this, yes. So he's dropped down into tied 19th. So not the best of rounds for Luke Phillips. How things change so rapidly, so quickly.
I quite often say about these courses at this top level, particularly in this country here, that it's a lot of the times about how many shots you drop rather than how many you gain, particularly in days like this with the conditions we've had.
Yeah, no, exactly that. It's, you know, there's players dropping shots all over the place that you wouldn't expect them to, and it's if you
Speaking of which, this is Dan Wallbank's group, and we saw earlier on 13 what happened. I don't know, Rob, if he's managed to recover at all.
Unfortunately, he's dropped down quite a bit. He's dropped down to tied 7th now. He's evens overall +3 for the day. So he's had a sort of a pretty hard back 9 from sort of hole 13 onwards. It's not worked out well for Daniel Wallbanks, dropping down to tied 7th. But you know, there's still a bit of time for him to get back, as we know he can do it. It's just not worked for him today. It's just these last few holes that have caught him out. He's also in this group with Tom Stott, John Neal, and Luke Underwood, and they've all unfortunately not had the best of second days. Tom Stott currently 4 over for the day, +1 overall. John Neal +1 overall, 4 over for the day. And I'm just looking for Luke.
I just spoke to Dan, and considering what happened, he seems to be in a good place. He seemed to settle down after that, and he's had a decent run of holes. So,
good.
The main thing is he's still in the top 10. You say he's tied 7th.
Yes.
So, and Oakwood is the course where we see a lot more swings in the scores generally. So there's opportunities to make places if others are having a bad day.
Well, it definitely can happen for him tomorrow. Luke Underwood currently tied 21st, 5 over for the day, 5 over overall. Sorry, +8 for the day. Had not one of his better rounds today.
Ooh, Wallbanks has clipped, I think, the edge of the bunker, which has sent this to the left. So that's going to sit on the edge of the green. And I think it's going to be Tom Stott next. Now, we won't have seen this because we were watching the other group on the green, but Tom Stott actually hit a tree on the tee, which practically sent it 15 yards in front of him. So I think he's on his 4th shot here rather than his 3rd.
again, it's still relative a new player to the game. Had an exceptional round yesterday.
You see what he did there? There's quite a few players who do that kind of shot, that kind of swazzy shot. I will say it's one of my favourite. On this hole, though, in particular. And I think John Neal, who we're going to see next, is probably shaping up to do something similar, I think.
You can get this up here.
Yeah, that's what he's shaping up for.
Yeah, he's having he's
Oh, I tell you what.
looking for a curve. This is looking very good.
What.
Go on.
Oh! That was some effort.
That was excellent. Shaped it up, went to do it, and almost came off for him.
That was almost the right angle. That was unreal how much spinning got.
That was absolutely incredible. Beautiful curve that he put on the ball there.
I think if that hits the flag, that's it.
Yeah, if it hit central. Oh, well done. A great effort from John Neal there.
Danny, it starts very wide.
Turning in. Not
The
enough.
amount of
Now, is
players
this bank going to go the right way? It's not.
So the amount of players we've seen that have sent it that wide, I think I haven't seen it from that side, but it's clearly deceiving a lot of players.
I think in the past it may have turned a little bit more, but it doesn't seem to have, like maybe last year when it was played. But it seems to not be turning as much today. Is Tom?
That's going to be passed.
Right. Very straight as well.
Did not really move at all. Tread carefully, you're not trying to follow the big bunker. Now, Luke Underwood has ended up in a interesting spot. His ball is just to the right of that Astro kind of path. If it hit that, it would have rolled back to the green. It stopped before it.
Yeah, that wind just picked up a bit more there.
The wind.
Look at that. That's took it. You saw it actually happen. It was straight. It's just pushed over to that left-hand side. For Luke there. Drops it in, hits the flag nice and central. But we heard the wind pick up there. Suddenly this big gust appeared and the ball just physically just moved violently towards the left.
And John Neal is in. I can tell you now, Rob, we do have a bit of a gap because the leading group are just starting hole 17 by the looks of things.
Okay.
What I will do, if we can go perhaps for a bit of leaderboard chat, I will see if I can run down there.
Okay, then now you go and do that, and I'll put you down in the corner. So we can we'll see you when you come back. Well, there we go. We've seen a lot of action there on hole 18. Lots of variations of shots, the way it's been moving, drifting left and right. Players going way off course at times, and these are all the top players, the top of the leader group. I'm just going to bring it up in front of me. I've got Chris making his way down to hole 17 to catch up with that top group of Carlos Calvo, Max Baker, Ben Clark, and Andres Biantieri. I say that different every time. Biantieri. If I think about it, it works. So he's just catching up with those. Currently, Carlos Calvo is now back in the lead. He's currently 10 under overall, ahead of Max Baker, who is 9 under. So they're both, for today, they're both 2 under. as is Ben Clark. So they're all tied together for the day, but overall, those extra shots from yesterday helping out Carlos Calvo. He's now 10 under, Max Baker 9 under, 7 under for Ben Clark, 2 under for Tom Spink and Andres Bianchieri, also 2 under. Then it moves on to evens. Marcos from Argentina is currently evens alongside Adrian Burns and Daniel Wallbanks, who we've just seen finish. And I think that's exactly how it'll finish overall. 3 under for the day. Sorry, 3 over for the day. So balancing out what he did yesterday. So that's how the current group is, the current leaders are standing. The women's focus was earlier on, our first broadcast of the morning. And I can give you an update on that score overall and how it's currently looking after 2 rounds of play. Claire Williams out in front, 3 over. It's got a 4-shot lead ahead of Michaela Hill, who is in second alongside Joe Reed. So both of those 7 over. Sarah White she said she would do this. She said she's going to put a performance on today. She's going to go for it because she was way down from yesterday. So managed to pull back an extra 4 shots today, tied 4th alongside Letitia Calderon, both 12 over. Sophie Magnuson, 16 over, and Laura Thompson in 7th with plus 20. So that's how the women's competition. So a 4-shot lead with Claire Williams ahead of Michaela Hill in the female categories. In the juniors, we had a little look at the juniors. There was a big lead by William Lugg, who has, he's just extended that even further. Absolute wonderful performance from him in the juniors ahead of Jamie Hammond in second and Oliver Baker in third. It's all in that competition. I know there's another day to go. William Lugg has won it. I'm calling that now. And Jamie Hammond, Oliver Baker, and Connor Bennett. It's between those 3 for second and third, right? But Jamie Hammond currently has it in his hands in second place. Just a couple of shots between them all, just there. But William Lugg, I'm calling it. He has won the juniors competition. I can't see. It's almost an unassailable lead that he's got. He's going to have to. I mean, I don't know. He's going to have to not be able to play tomorrow to actually lose it. And I think, even then, it'd still be very close. But he's doing very well. We'll be catching up with the final group in the men's competition. It looks like Chris is getting very close to them just there. So I'll just head over. I'll have a closer look and see what we got. There we go. Chris is there on hole 17.
We just seen Max Baker was probably about 2 feet from the hole in that for, would that be a 2?
Right, very good if he can catch up that 1-shot advantage that Carlos has over him.
This is a nice looking shot from Bilancieri. Very, very nice.
Nice turn on
very nice. And both Ben and Carlos are in the bunker. Carlos is in a puddle.
That's the trouble with going in the bunkers after a couple of rainy days. Those puddles start appearing and cause even more of a hazard. Especially for the players. A lot of players do like to roll it through the bunkers sometimes. Use it as a sort of break and go, right, I can put a bit on this because that bunker will slow it down. Having to change it slightly. Looking for the right play because that puddle is just there. Remember, can move it a bit, but not any closer to the hole. Carlos Calvo. Looking to play this. Taking his time. Got to get it up that back wall of the bunker here. Little chip from him. Oh, it bounced over the hole. How far has that carried? Hit the golf green. Oh, it's come to a stop. No, decent amount of backspin on that.
Had to be, really. It's
Yeah.
another one of these ones where it's not as severe as what you see in 18, but it's slightly downhill from the bunker.
You can see there was a lot of spin on that. And if any player is going to have the technique to be able to do that, it'd be him. Obviously, a former professional footballer. Speaking of
Slightly different
players
bunker.
that would be able to do it, slightly different approach. He had that backspin, but kept it a little bit lower. Actually, that little favourable roll has helped him help Ben Clark out there. Still sitting in third place, 3 shots behind this man here. He rolls, oh, wide! And we hear that big sigh just there. Well, there's only a 1-shot lead he holds over Max Baker. Could that have just gone? And that may well help Ben Clark as well. See the hand of Chris coming in there as there's a bit of discussion on the course just there. Can't quite see what it is. A little bit of something being pointed at. We'll get Chris to tell us when he returns. Can't quite see what it is. Is it a sprinkler, perhaps? Might well be. Is it that little bit of AstroTurf that makes up the path? There's a little bit of discussion going on. We're not privy to that. Chris will let us know exactly what's happening. Max talking to Ben there, and here's Chris. Is it something to do with that? Is it a little bit of AstroTurf there?
Yeah, so what there is, there's a sprinkler in front. Now that can't get relief from the sprinkler because that's in the rough. The AstroTurf is man-made, it's not natural. So there's a bit of a discussion about whether there should be relief from the stance. So they're going to play 2 scenarios here, just so we can be clear what the right outcome is, and that's the right thing to do in these situations.
Okay. Yeah.
And as Ben just said, if he holds them both, it's relevant anyway.
Yeah. So Max Baker will be looking to put this in as well. The situation is when he puts one in and doesn't the other. Missed it.
That's the first one. So he's going to go put that one in.
I think Carlos will be hoping that that's the play that they go with, because that would keep him with that 1-shot lead. Baker. I'll find out exactly what happens here. If this goes in, it does. So they're going to have that discussion there, and I'll find out from Chris what happens just here. Now, is because if Max has the one where he put the ball in, then he gets that 1 shot back on Carlos. Discussion with the amount of shots being taken by the players. There will be a final decision made in just a moment. But Ben Clark to take his shot. And to finish off. Very good from him, especially coming out of the bunker. And they will head over to the tee box area of hole 18, and we'll try and get a little bit of a clarity on what happened there.
Yes, I'll give you that now.
Yes, please.
What I'll do, I'll follow this group.
Please do. Stay with them. Stay with them.
So what they're just having a look at. In fact, we'll just come back here because they're just having a relook at this. And we've got our Marshall on Pines, Alex, having a look at what the scenario was. So as I said before, there's and we've seen a few of these across the course. There's these like AstroTurf paths that go from greens to the path. And Max's ball was in front of it, but his stance was on the path itself. And obviously in this rain, that path can be quite slippy. So understandably, they were discussing whether he could get relief from the path. Now in front of the ball, there was also a sprinkler. That didn't come into it because the ball was on the green. 2 seconds. I just need to come back to that.
All right, they're just talking about just as they're getting their buggy.
So yes, there are two scenarios. As we have that on camera, I think that's going to get reviewed when we come back as well. They're just trying to see, so I'm going to come up as well. I am coming into wind, so if you can't hear me, I apologise.
No, we can hear you quite well. It's quite well.
Good. So as I say, they've played two scenarios there, which is the right thing to do in those situations, because if they make a decision and they're not 100% sure on it, it turns out to be wrong, then that has repercussions later on. So they've played two scenarios. Max has taken a bogey on one of them. A bogey on one of them and a par on the other. So that will have an impact on.
It will.
This. So hence, it's important to get that right. We've got the video. I'll just take a picture of the actual path itself, so it will be ironed out. I think the group themselves felt like he could take relief. I felt like that's what they were agreeing on, but I'm sure that will all come out in the wash once they go back into the office and look at the cards, look at what we had.
Well, they all seem to be sort of in agreement. There was no animosity or anything, or harsh words.
There was certainly no disagreement. Yeah, I can say that. Yeah. There certainly didn't seem like there was any argument that there was.
You should do this and one should do that. Yeah, most definitely.
There was no split. There was no split in the group, that's for sure.
Now, as I'm looking there, are we getting a little bit of rain out there at the moment, Chris?
Rain is coming in.
For this last hole, so a little bit difficult for the players. I know they're going to have a little chat with you and discuss who should play and what they should do. Just there, obviously that situation that we just saw there, ladies and gentlemen, bringing that into play, and obviously what they're going to do with their tee shots and the order of them.
So for now, because the live score can only take one score, they've put in the first score that was recorded, which was the 5. So that's gone in for now, and you'll see that on the leaderboard. But that might change before later. We'll see. Right.
So it could be a difference. So it's pending some discussion.
Yes. So what you'll see on the leaderboard isn't necessarily what the outcome will be.
Okay. So at the moment, it's still. Those scores haven't quite come through yet. I think got the scores up to after 16 holes.
So we're going to watch these tee-offs, and then I'm going to race back to the green.
Well, enjoy seeing that. I might just come away from you just for a second, because we don't need to see that at all. Lots of you joining us here this afternoon in this English Open, this final group of the second day in this men's competition. Is Ben Clark taking his tee shot, his traditional or familiar side-footed shot heading down. Now, what these players will want to do on hole 18 here is keep to that right-hand side. Obviously, Chris Hopton down there on camera, and colour commentary for me as well. RobLamarr bringing you everything else that we got, score updates, and see your commentary here during this competition as well. It's been a wonderful day of competition, considering heavy wind, a lot of rain this morning. This is the slope that the players will have to contend with on this left-hand side, so they'll want to stay away from that. Apologies for getting a little bit of background noise. Just hear lots of people in the room I'm in. Get them to.
Just going to jump in, Rob, because
hello, Chris.
Things have got rather interesting.
Okay.
Well, just going to let Carlos tee off as well, just so we can get some context to what's going on.
I can't quite hear you, Chris.
Sorry, the wind is blowing down here. It's changed direction all of a sudden. And get some shelter. Carlos has hit a great tee shot, so he's in prime position on this hole. Ben is actually in that group of trees you can see on the middle there. He's actually put his ball inside that, so he's going to be looking for a drop. And Max's ball is there because he caught the top of the bunker that's just in front of the tee. So Carlos effectively a shot ahead at this point.
So not good for.
We've seen Max recover big time on shots before. So as I say, I'm going to get up to the green now.
What I just saw from where Carlos's ball is, it is heavily on that left-hand side. So he's going to have to play high up towards the right-hand side. Well, obviously you've got the footage just there of Chris going through the trees. So while he's going through the trees, heading up to the main course, if there we are. It's getting very noisy in here. We'll sort of just get just calm it down a little bit, and we'll get a little bit excited watching the footage just there. So we've seen what's going on. So a couple of missed shots on the start of this particular hole. Carlos in front, but he's going to have to play up and around to avoid that slope. That left-hand side is very tricky indeed. If he gets that wrong, he's going to be off and down into what we're calling Stephen Bastin territory. He was down there earlier. Luckily, he's not in right now, so he can't tell me off for that. It's looking like Chris is getting very close to the hole right now. We'll see those final shots from this final group on this second day of competition. Let's see if we can bring him back right now. As we can see the flag coming into view just there, and we'll see a few of those shots coming up from that far side, that right-hand side, as we're looking at it just there. So that big slope they've got to come up across. 3 bunkers just to the left of the flag. That's generally where a lot of the players will aim to put the ball and then come up towards the hole from that area. So we'll see exactly what they do and if it works out for them, especially up there. Maybe like Ben in the trees and Max catching the trees as well. So a bit difficult for them.
Have
to play up. Thank you, Chris.
It's blowing a hoolie up here.
It is absolutely horrendous. I can barely hear you, Chris.
Yeah, it's blowing wildly up here. Max played his second shot safely into the middle. He's not going to reach. He's unlikely to reach the green in 3, but he's okay. Ben, I think, had to take a drop at the very best, kicked it out sideways, and has now played 3. And now Blancieri is about to play his second shot.
This 18th hole has caused a lot of problems for these top players that we've seen over these last few groups coming through here. It's been a little bit difficult for them. So it just goes to show it's not just players all over. Oh, yeah, that player's not a good player. They can't do it. Oh, the top players wouldn't do that. As you can see, yes, they can. Yes, they would. It's very tricky, but everyone just there. And there we go. Paul Bolton walking past camera just there. We can see he's out doing a little bit of filming as well. There'll be a little video package put together.
Bit of camera reception there. Someone's
filming the filmer.
Someone filming me. So this is Max's 3rd. He needs a big hit here, but he's got to be careful of any gusts.
There it comes. Right.
Good bounce, and he's got a good bounce.
Good bounce
That's a
out of the
really good
bunker.
shot.
This is really good.
shot.
That little lip on the green, just holding it back. Wants it to stop. It will roll back a little bit here. We'll want that to stop. Looking to stop. I think it was called. Has been stopped. The ball off to be marked there. And we've got looks like Robert Mucklow out there. He's just about to mark that up. But a very good effort from Max Baker.
Ben.
Got Kyle Brown here just about to join me.
Great shot there.
On the microphone just for a minute.
Oh, what's that sat in? What is that sat in? Sat in a drain. He'll get relief from that.
That's just disappeared from view almost. Not drain, almost like a rabbit hole.
It's sat in a drain, so he'll get relief for that.
Kyle Brown just joined me here in commentary. He was passing. I said, come and sit down. Come and join me. How was it out there today?
Unfortunately for me, I only got to see 7 holes.
What happened?
I
No.
as I was tumbling down the leaderboard, I just thought I just put my losses. I think. Yeah.
Time to. Oh,
Yeah.
right. Well, I hope you
foot
recover.
A lot of football just played recently, so yeah, I had to give it a rest.
So have you been watching what's been going on? We've got this final group here on hole 18. Obviously, you've played this hole in the past.
Yeah.
Playing up to this left-hand side as we're looking at it, it's the way to go.
You the best.
Yeah. Well, as we can see, that shot just coming in there, that's exactly where we wanted to be. We've had a couple of problems. Lots of players hitting the trees right down on the bottom coming up here. We had Max and Ben both hitting the trees.
Trying to get the wide angle round.
Avoid, because the wind blowing across going to take
yeah,
it down.
Yeah.
We had Stephen Bastin a short while ago. He was right down the hill and then in the rough.
Level with the bunkers, so you get better angles from the hole. Conditions out there, especially this morning when we started.
Well, it was a bit rainy then, wasn't
Very
it?
rainy,
Yeah.
and it's slow to fall up. Way, you know.
Oh, it's a big mistake from Calvo.
Carlos Calvo's gone into the bunker there. Well, he could. He's either level with Max, depending. There's something happened on hole 17 a short while ago, or he's one shot ahead of Max. But this could put Max back in contention. Max had a great shot before this, just at the bottom of the green after hitting the tree. But really, really big shot to get there. Yeah, they tend to just drift into the longer grass, doesn't it, and then stop. That's then bounce back, and then it rolls all the way back again. You see Max there taking a good look.
Both on their 4th shots now.
So this is 4th shot from the bunker. It's a very high wall on the back here, isn't it? You've got to chip it up, backspin on it against the wind as well.
Very good shot from there. Very good.
That's just as you said it, he did it.
Ben says nonchalantly, not bad. That's high praise.
What we've seen from Carlos, in fact, on his last hole, he was in the bunker as well. His bunker play, I think, is probably something to do with his football background. The amount of backspin he can get on that ball, it just seems to hit and stop dead. Whereas, I'll try it. It seems to hit, stop, and then roll.
I actually played with him in Scotland last weekend.
So Max, this is his 4th.
Unbelievable.
It's exceptional to see. Right, Max Baker here coming up. This will turn slightly to the right.
The goal the golf green. Need a little more on it.
Yeah,
Put the one
that's
over the
just
corner.
that.
of the,
That's normally a little bit more to the right is where most would play it, but he's stopping just there, giving himself a chance, staying in contention. A very good round today.
This is the perfect place. It could also be a very smelly ball. If it turns left and starts going down that all the way down.
Right, now, which way is this going to turn?
Straight out.
It is just nice, that little bit of longer grass around it just stops it drifting off. You get, say, like you were saying, from that side, the side to be on, you've got that almost like a safety net there, haven't you? Yeah. But what I have noticed today, you're never quite sure which way it's going to turn. It sort of comes across. It turns right, and then the next time it'll do the same thing, and it'll turn
Very
left.
deceptive, yeah.
I think it depends on which way the wind is blowing.
Very hard to read.
Yeah. So Chris just said it does depend which way the wind's blowing at the time.
Very much so.
This is our final group of the day. Our current leaders: Carlos Calvo, Max Baker, Ben Clark. The top three as it sits here after day two. It's there's either a current one-shot lead by Carlos, or it's all tied between him and Max. That will be dependent on the judges looking back at the footage and the play on hole 17, and they'll come to some kind of agreement. Ben Clark currently sitting in third place. Andres Belantieri, the fourth player in this group, has dropped down a little bit today, but still able to pull something off. He's dropped down into tied fourth alongside Tom Spink, both of those 2 under at the moment. But it's well, actually, I'm corrected just here. After 17 holes, what I've got on my scorecard right now, whether that's correct or not, as I say, will be updated. We'll let you know later on. Currently, it's 8 under. It's all tied. Carlos and Max are tied at the top. So if that is correct, it's all evens.
That is subject to change, Rob. As we said earlier, that is subject to change.
It is subject to change. So we will, but that's how it's currently sitting as I have it, as the scores currently sit. But there could be a single shot difference. It could be Carlos ahead by 1 shot overall. It's Bianchieri. Should put this in from here.
Bianchieri in. Ben went in for a bogey. So Carlos and Max are both on their par shots. Yeah.
That's tough.
Phenomenal. So for these guys to be shooting.
Well, even on this course today, there weren't many under par, was there? I'm just going to look at it now. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players under par overall, and 4 under has been the best by
seeing who was the closest player there. So Max first, he's got a little bit in the corner of the rough.
Yeah, Marcus Gezi from Argentina moved up into 6th place. Run best score. Max Baker here. Good 2 days play from him. This second day, very good. This needs to turn a little bit. It has. Well done.
I mean, you saw that corner of the rough. Think about kicking it off.
Thank you very much, Carl. I hope that back heels up. See you later. Carl just drifting off there. Thank you. I sort of dragged him up onto the microphone there. Some great insight, though, onto this hole 18.
Carlos in
as well.
So that's us done, Rob. That's all groups complete. Back to you.
Thank you very much. So all groups are complete. And I can send Chris away just there. Well, thank you very much for joining us here this afternoon. Loads of you joining in, lots of comments coming in via Facebook, via YouTube as well. We'll be back again tomorrow. And tomorrow we've got our final rounds to bring you. We will have the juniors, the seniors, the females, and of course, the top groups in this men's competition. You'll be able to keep updated on the score, so do make sure that you are following the Golf Association of England Facebook page. Updates will be put on there, and of course, when we're back tomorrow, we'll give you all of the updates of everything that happened overnight. And obviously, if there's any gossip I hear in and around the breakfast table, I'll pass that on as well. Once again, thank you for joining me. I'm RobLamarr. Of course, thank you to all of the team involved here today, to Stephen, to Chris, and to everyone, to Jen, to Mel, to Sarah, to Alex, to Sean. I'm gonna miss someone out, I know it, and everybody else. Paul, of course, joining in, and so many more involved in bringing you this broadcast. Do hope you've enjoyed it. Please do share comments and updates and anything that you may think of as well, because we're always listening and hoping to grow and to get bigger and bigger. And I do hope that you are able to join us tomorrow for the final day of competition. Hope you have a great rest of the Saturday, but for now, take care, and I'll see you all tomorrow.